because we are in a spiritual sleep. We no more get up in a spiritual sense to understand that certain things that's happening are demonic and we need to fight against it. Not everything that happens around us are natural or normal. Some of the things that are going on in our life are spiritual battle. So the enemy is having victory over our life because we are spiritually sleeping. We are in slumber. In 1 Kings chapter 3, we read the story of two people that were prostitutes. The Bible said when one of them slept, the Bible says she overlaid her baby and killed her baby. Why? Because she overslept and overlaid the baby. And the second one's baby was stolen from her because she was asleep. They stole it from her. The other prostitute stole her baby because she was sleeping. So the enemy took advantage of the sleep and stole from her. Most of us have come into a place of spiritual slumber. We are no longer spiritually awake to understand that we need to fight the enemy, understanding that we are on a spiritual battle. Most things that are going wrong in our lives, in our home, in our family, relationship, finances, whichever area of our lives, God is saying that the enemy is taking advantage of our spiritual slumber and stealing from our life. In Genesis chapter 29 verse 25, the Bible said that a man by the name of Jacob slept. He was drunk and he slept. And when he slept, the Bible said the next day he woke up with the wrong wife. He woke up with the wrong wife the next day when he woke up. In Genesis, in Matthew 13, the Bible said, verse 25, that Jesus said, when men slept, the enemy sowed evil seed among the good seed. Paul said in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 6 to 7, he said, therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunk are drunken in the night. It's time for the church to wake up from our spiritual slumber, because the enemy has taken advantage, messing our kids up, destroying our family, destroying our finances. We don't get up to pray. We don't get up to fight battles every single day of your life. You are on a spiritual warfare. The enemy is after our life, especially believers, because the devil knows that God is about to do something in this last days, and God will do it through the church and through the people of God. There is about to be released a supernatural wealth transfer into the body of Christ, but the people that will understand that I have to face the enemy and fight this battle so I can overcome him. There is no victory without a battle. There is no victory without a battle. So the enemy is getting victory over our lives because we are spiritually asleep. God is saying to the church, it's time to proclaim war and get up from where we are and understand that there are so many things that God has in store for our lives, that if we can walk into it, we have to understand there is a battle to be won, and the enemy is the devil. Your family is not your enemy. The friends next door is not the enemy. The devil is the enemy. The Bible said, be not ignorant of the devices of the enemy. The enemy is taking advantage of us being lukewarm and lazy. The church had become too lazy that we don't even recognize who God really is. We can get up early in the morning, get ourselves together and rush to work, rush to our business places. But when it comes to God, we take our time and lazy around to come to church. Because we don't see God. You do that to your boss gonna fire you and you're not gonna pay. You're not gonna be paid. If you just decided one day I'm not going to work for the whole week, you are not gonna get a whole week's pay if you get at the end of the month. But God gave you life. God gave you the breath that you breathe. And we get up in the morning and we don't even recognize if God is still there. We only know who God is at the time of our trouble. That's when we run to God. God God said, because we are spiritually asleep and the enemy is taking advantage of our sleep, stepping into our lives and destroying our families, destroying our finances, destroying our relationship. We need to recognize that the life we have, it's a borrowed life and it belongs to God.